Welcome to Marine Gurukul video series. Through this video, we shall try and offer you an opportunity to practice the Advanced Firefighting Refresher Exit Exam. At the entrance to the accommodation on both sides, port and starboard, there will be a fire wallet in prominently marked weatherproof container which has the details of the following: fire control plan and crew list, agents details, port contact numbers. And the right answer is fire control plan, and the crew list will be the contents of the fire wallet. A smoke damper is not expected to contribute to the integrity of a fire-rated division penetrated by a ventilation duct. True or false? The answer is true, because a smoke damper does not contribute to the fire integrity of a fire division. Removal of oxygen from the fire triangle is known as smothering, cooling, starvation. I'm sure all of us know the answer. It's smothering. Removal of fuel from the fire triangle is called as smothering, cooling, or starvation. The answer obviously is starvation, because you're starving the fire of the fuel. Minimum temperature at which a vapor-air mixture will spontaneously ignite without the necessity of a spark or flame is called as boiling point, auto ignition. Obviously, the answer is auto ignition. When a hydrocarbon air mixture is found to be below lower flammable limit, what does it mean? The mixture has sufficient hydrocarbon gases to initiate burning, or the mixture of hydrocarbon gases is not sufficient to initiate burning. That means the mixture is too lean. Obviously, when the mixture is below lower flammable limit, it's too lean. So the answer is insufficient hydrocarbon gases to initiate burning. The tendency or ability of a liquid to vaporize is called as volatility, vapor pressure. The answer is volatility. The most efficient way of transferring heat in liquids and gases is called as conduction, convection, radiation. Obviously, in liquids and gases, the most efficient way is the convection. Radiation is the process of heat transfer where no mass is exchanged and no medium is required. Is it a true statement or a false? Obviously, it's a true statement. So answer is fires in combustible metals such as magnesium, titanium, sodium, lithium, and potassium is classified as Class B fire, Class D fire, Class E fire. Obviously, these are metal fires, and metal fires are classed as Class D fires. As per ISO, fires involving fats such as used deep fried fats is classed as Class B, Class E, Class F. Obviously, fires involving fats is referred to as Class F fire under the ISO classification of fire. As per National Fire Protection Association (NFPA), fires in cooking appliances that involve combustible cooking mediums such as vegetable or animal oil and fats is classed as Class B, Class E, Class F, or Class K. The answer is Class K. There are two different standards for classification of fires. One is as per the ISO classification, and the other is as per NFPA classification. So we need to be careful If the question is pertaining to a specific classification, then we need to be appropriately handling it. The process where the fourth side of the fire tetrahedron is isolated, thereby stopping the chain reaction, the process is referred to as starvation or inhibition. The process is referred to as inhibition, where the chain reaction is hampered or disrupted, and that is called as inhibiting the chemical reaction. In order to achieve the fire safety objectives, the following functional requirements are embodied in the SOLAS regulations. Division of a ship into main horizontal and vertical zones by thermal and structural boundaries. Separation of accommodation spaces from the remainder of the ship by thermal and structural boundaries. Protection of means of escape and access for firefighting. And last is all of the above. Now the functional requirements in SOLAS include all the above, so answer is D. Classification of fire bulkheads inside accommodation based on fire resisting is classified as A, B, C type, class A, B, C, D type, and we know that the classification is limited only to Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, so the answer is A, classified as A, B, and C. Class A divisions are designed to prevent the passage of smoke and flame at the end of 1 hour standard test. True or false? For Class A divisions, yes, it is 1 hour test period, and the statement is obviously true. Following class is considered as capable of preventing the passage of only flame to the end of first half an hour or 30 minutes of the standard fire test. The type of bulkhead or the class of the bulkhead is Class A, Class B, or Class C. These bulkheads are classified as Class B bulkheads. Following class divisions are constructed of approved non-combustible materials. However, they do not meet the requirements relative to passage of flame or smoke, nor limitations relative to temperature rise. Which class of bulkhead are these? A, B, or C? This is type C or class C bulkhead. Fire class C, yeah. Designated areas of smoking is specified in which document? Red Book, Company's Manual, SOLAS. Obviously, the smoking areas are designated as per Company's Manual. The deep fryer oil may be overheated because of which of the following reasons? It's bad quality of oil, improper trained personnel involved in handling it, thermostat malfunctioning. Obviously, in the deep fryer, if the oil is heated, the most probable cause could be thermostat malfunctioning. On a vessel's fire control plan, all parts of the fire mains are listed except which one of the following. So question has to be read very carefully. Fire pump capacity, fire station location, diameter of the fire main, and fire pump location. Obviously, all but diameter of the fire main are part of the fire control plan. So answer is C. Which of the following is not required to be part of vessel's fire control plan? Ventilation fan capacity, ventilation fan control, ventilation fan location, and ventilation dampers. Obviously, fan control points, location, dampers are an integral part of fire plan and not the capacity of the fan. So ventilation fan capacity is not the part of a fire control plan. The containers are manufactured as per which standards? Charter standards, ISO, IMDG, or the owner's requirement. The containers are constructed as per the ISO standards. If it is a dangerous cargo container, which code is to be referred to for firefighting? MDG code, company's manual, master's instructions, or the charter's instructions. Obviously, when we are handling dangerous cargo, be it in containers, the code that applies is the IMDG code. Flashback arrestors are fitted in deck machinery, acetylene cylinder, funnel uptake. Obviously, the answer is acetylene cylinders because you do not want flashback or the gas is flowing back to the cylinder, and therefore you have the flashback arrestors fitted in the acetylene cylinders. Which fixed firefighting system is used in gas carriers for cargo fire? That means for main deck and cargo areas. CO2, high expansion foam, low expansion foam, or the DCP. The fixed firefighting system used for cargo areas for gas carriers is dry chemical powder. So answer is D, that is DCP. Radiation can cause a fire to spread by heated gases flowing through the ventilation system, the transfer of heat across an unobstructed space, burning liquids flowing into other space. As radiation mode of heat transference does not require any medium, the transfer of heat across an unobstructed space will be the mode through which the fire spreads because of radiation. A specific document which identifies a chemical and lists its physical properties, health hazards, required controls, firefighting procedures, cleanup methods, waste disposal, and safe handling and storage requirements is commonly called as. Which document contains all this information? Is it hazardous chemical lending document, material safety data sheet, as we call them as MSDS, physical chemical characteristic document, and last is hazardous chemical information sheet? The answer obviously is MSDS, that is B, material safety data sheet. Which is the most effective fire extinguishing medium which does not support re-ignition after the fire has been put off? Is it foam, DCP, water, or CO2? The most effective extinguishing medium which does not support re-ignition is foam. Any firefighting equipment that is carried in addition to the minimum required must be marked as additional equipment, meet the applicable standards, be stored separately, or none of the above. Now, if you are carrying additional equipment over and above the minimum requirement, even then the additional requirement needs to meet all applicable standards. So answer is B. So now we come to end of this particular set of exit exam practice, that is set 1 of AFF Refresher. We'll have few more sets, so it is recommended that you go through them so that a large number of questions get covered. Wishing you all the best for your exams. Thank you for watching Marine Gurukul video series. If you have liked these videos, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.